We did the premiere. Takendaku Nottingham. We
Oh,
did.
tell the people
Arts
with the premiere.
And
the party. Keep on
jumping.
The boys were invited to a Netflix movie
premiere, man. Red carpet things and all of this.
Like, hey, let me ask you an important question, an important follow-up. If you were not broke and you can say no homo or the display, whose face would you have? Money permitting.
Man budgeting. Said if you could go window shopping for a face.
If you could. Who's right now?
Jesus.
Unlimited budget.
I don't know.
And you can preface it by, no, but what's popping up? Like, I know faces are swelling in your head. Who's...
You know what's swelling in my head?
Yeah.
What's swelling in my head is, what body would I buy rather than face? No,
but we're saying...
Because one thing, let me tell you something about face.
Yeah.
Particularly face young.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think this is my favorite on the album.
Who's the other guy with him on that last track?
It's his brother, The Bees.
Oh, really?
The president has been insisting, guys.
One term thing.
You know,
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm out. And his supporters are genuinely confused. Because
Magati boy like Saga what? You're trying get rid of me.
I think it's a bigger problem the fact that the president has had to say this 2-3 times.
And I've seen people really look befuddled.
I think it's a big problem. The president should be able to say some of these things once and people should believe him. You know? People are like, I say pro one guy.
Yo, Emi, hunga na itimbo sasa pano panika nyaya karikupisa. We just wanna talk about it machitika. Welcome, oh you know what time it is. Send it to your friends so they also be a part of this. You cannot describe what you feel, huh? We're taking Zimbabwe to the world, huh? Yeah, this is Black and Forth. Welcome, this is Black and Forth.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's another episode of your favorite podcast, Black and Forth.
Big 30. We are 33.333%.
Yes.
Away from touching the coveted century.
Yes.
100. Yes. We're getting there. Yeah. I know from time to time, like last week.
Yeah. The boys were tired.
No, but the boys were tired, and sometimes, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, you have to enter deadbeat settings so that people realize what they have.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, when you feel the absence, you're like,
yo, something.
I need these guys.
I need them back. I need them back.
I've been treating them like an SDA guy. Yo, let's not jump into it. Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back.
It's another banger.
Another episode.
Bridge.
We're at the bridge. We missed a week, Kandoro. What's been happening? Fill the void for the people.
Isn't
over the last week? What things did you have churning in you that you wanted to address?
No, don't set me up like that. Big shout out to my sponsors, Eva Bridge.
Boom.
The ones that make the refreshments.
Yeah.
My freezes, my chichi.
The nice stuff.
We should have buy me a freeze.
But we can actually customize it to.
I don't know if you can go that far saying a freeze it though.
I know you can say buy me a beer, buy me what? No,
they definitely don't have freeze it up here.
But you can't customize that.
You put freeze and like, my function.
No, but that would be fire though. Buy me a freezer. Buy me a freezer will be.
We'll check it out. Shout out to Mdara Gidza. Mdara Gidza came through. Nema Coffee. Shout out Taku, the Villain 10 Coffee. Shout out to Arthur. And I'm just paying tithe yangu. Shout out to Arthur.
Thank you. Cheguni will receive.
I'm not certain if we gave these people my shout outs, so just in case we didn't, just in case we skipped over you, shout out to Terrence, bought us a coffee. Shout out to Baba Maita Veko Sydney, came through with 5 coffees. Shout out to Gwendy, bought us a coffee. And just as a refresher, the most coffees we've ever received is 50 coffees.
50 coffees.
No,
wasn't
100.
100
coffees.
100 coffees.
100 coffees from Avon Lee Boy. And he threw the gauntlet down and said, "Oh, the Mbingas come through," and it was crickets.
It was just.
It was crickets. So shout out to Avon Lee Boy, deep on my log standings,
and he's still anonymous.
Yeah, he's still anonymous.
What a G.
Gangster.
What a G.
Love Mbingas like that.
Yeah, man.
Right now in Gadagdon's Black and Forth and Avon Lee Boy, we are not beyond.
No.
Beyond. If you come through Nemari no Kwana, nothing is set in stone. Big shout out, man, to all the comments on these.
Oh man, the love. The last episode.
Yeah.
You know what's always interesting with these episodes is we shoot them and as we're doing it, and then by the time I kind of go home, that little brief window of having left it and then actually watching it back, I actually thought, bruv, that was a banger.
It was. That
was a funny episode.
2 hours
of just pure nonsense.
Yeah. It was that. We had to take a break. After that, we left it all.
Yeah. They were like, okay, now we have to recharge it.
Yeah.
Recharge it.
But you know, there was a comment though that stood out from the rest.
There's always one from time to time.
So this comment says, this is Mofu. How can your argument be that certain people shouldn't be able to express their pedestrian political opinions because they have no grounds to, when you yourself are a comedian that is well known for offering up political opinions? How can you then proceed to argue that Fadzimaire did not lose due to a lack of brand recognition as an independent candidate and then attribute his subsequent win the following election due to the same brand recognition? Bottom of the barrel political take. I can tell it came from the heart.
Yeah, nah,
It can tell it came from, but I'm again, you're wrong.
And we're trying to hard, but you're still wrong.
But you're wrong. And
man said I commend the effort.
I truly, because I appreciate efforts, because again, these are conversations and things get lost in translation. So I took time so that I could respond to this in a way that makes certain that we don't lose each other this time around, Mof. So first of all, I didn't argue that anyone shouldn't be allowed to express their opinion. If you know anything about my career, it's been about being allowed to say what you want when you want. What I was arguing, and I'm not certain how this was misunderstood, is that with certain power comes great responsibility. If you are a journalist who has some level of credibility, justified or not, then you absolutely have to be responsible with what you say. If you've created a platform based on being a journalist of some repute, you can't then use that same platform to settle political agendas.
Fair.
We cannot, in that same line, compare opinion ya Kandoro, a comedian, with
to someone who adhere to a journalistic code of the
From
the
time
profession.
to time, my political opinions will feature on Zim Celebs or on these gossip sites, but that's it.
He speaks.
At no point have I ever been invited to BBC or CNN or even SABC to be asked what I think about the people of Zimbabwe. I'm talking about people that have been given this platform, that have spoken on behalf of Zimbabwe. If you're somebody if I ever get to the point where I'm speaking on behalf of you guys, I will not be irresponsible. And as a matter of fact, I've never been irresponsible with what I say. I will go as far as saying that is the reason why you guys keep asking me, because if you go through even the things that I've said, none of it has ever been none of it can ever be reduced to slander.
Cesar Romboroa is wild.
Cesar Romboroa, Cesar Rombosunga. None of the things that I say whether as jokes can be reduced to say Akandro is slandering Nick Mangwana. It's either they fall within the license of being a joke or is something that is easily verifiable or something that actually I don't make up things. I speak on things that have happened. If I'm speculating, I will clearly say I'm speculating.
Hey, we do disclaimers.
You know,
this can literally be called the disclaimer show.
So we cannot equate my opinion that can easily be dismissed. That is easily been dismissed time and time again to say it's the same as somebody who's a journalist who has received grants to go to journalism symposium to speak on democracy. I know you know that's not the same. I know you know that's not the same.
That ain't it. Hey, fair enough.
I know you know. So to cut the long story short, there are people that are allowed to have pedestrian opinions.
I.e. comedians. Yes.
Us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, rarely do we have pedestrian opinions. Rarely do they turn out to be.
But when we happen to have one, just take it, man.
Guys, I know it sounds like some of these things are said very casually. But if you actually go back, and this is something that I stand by, rarely do. The times that we've actually said something that I felt like, ooh, it's edited out.
Really?
Whenever you've watched this podcast and you felt like, podcast yeah jamba apa, it's gotten to
a wild take.
Yes.
And
we are just like, this is too much. Anything that you end up seeing here is things that if you were to ask me, similar to what is happening here, if you ask me about my opinion, I'm not saying this to say that I'm right all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying this to say I say things that I can defend, that I can stand beside. You will not hear me saying things for clout or to get a reaction or to nigrin. I don't do that.
You know, the thing is, right? That is literally the exact same reason why I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of comments when people say someone said when Kandura gets into his political spats, right, during the podcast, Munashe starts ad-libbing. Some of you are out of pocket with your comments, you know.
Yeah.
But they were right.
Yeah.
They were absolutely right. For the simple fact that I don't like to comment on things that I'm not well versed in. And sometimes it's okay not to want to have an opinion. An informed opinion.
Let's not participate. There's so many political conversations that we've ignored here.
I step out of it. Didn't get to any more opinions. I'm not even gonna lie. Didn't really all. But for the most part, I know that I am not as well versed simply because I'm not on the ground as often. And
it's okay. You can say that I'm not interested in that.
Really and truly, it doesn't
interest me.
Excite me like that. But I do get the importance of it, and I also do get the importance of being like
within the withins.
Within the withins. Yeah.
Secondly, to the Fadzama had a point. The Fadzama had a point he said, how can you proceed to then argue that Fadzima did not lose due to lack of brand recognition as an independent candidate and then attribute her subsequent win to the following election to that same brand recognition? What's happening here is you are truncating what I said. You are removing all the nuance and summarizing. You don't need to summarize because that's absolutely, again, not what I said. And just to show you how much these are things that because I didn't want to be freestyling this. I wanted to, I wrote it down so that I could, because what usually happens when I get passionate sometimes,
you get emotional and then my points.
So I didn't want to what I said, and which might have, I give room for things getting lost in translation. But I feel like sometimes people just disagree because they don't hear what you're saying. People have often reduced Fadzai's loss in 2018 to just being about brand recognition. That she wasn't part of a big umbrella, so that's why she lost to a guy who no one knew. for me, it's a yes and no. My argument is, and has always been, it's not that simple. Like, it's not just she lost because she wasn't. No. In 2018, Fadzi was easily one of the most recognizable candidates. In 2018, she was one of the most talked about.
That's true.
She was one of the most exciting candidates.
Yeah.
She was in the top 5 of people that were being talked about. Aside, and she's not even a presidential candidate.
No, she really was a real
prospect. She was a rookie. But my argument is, in 2018, she had just risen off the momentum of this flag. She was front and center. Major demos happening. But it had only just been 2 years of being in the political arena. This is 2 years. There's obviously a lot of excitement. She, in my opinion, at that point, had not done enough to dispel the rumors that she was a ZANU-PF plant.
Okay.
From time to time, Esilu Mbau would come out and say, because her father had been the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education. So, and the fact that she came from affluence also kind of like, usually people are used to my MP,
the people who
say rags to riches. She didn't look like she needed, so it was like, why she's been sent to cause nyonga. There was that, right? But my main argument, which I thought I clearly argued, was that Fadzi had major brand recognition, but not amongst the people that were meant to vote for her.
That is true.
Fadzi had nationwide brand recognition. She had diaspora brand recognition. None of those people vote in the MP for Mount Pleasant.
No, but I think that the argument you made for her constituency and where she was campaigning and the reach and the publicity was very clear. I thought that was a very sound argument.
That's what I thought as well.
I don't know how one can
That's what
feel
I thought
otherwise.
as well. But to just level it out, I'm saying it would be very parochial to say the guy who won in that election against Fadzi won simply because he was part of the MDC. Clearly, this guy did something that we don't know.
Of course.
Because if people were winning off the base of being the MDC, then everybody who was part of the MDC would have won that election.
That's true.
That wasn't the case. There were certain MDC candidates in Harare, in Kobulawayo, who lost. So why did that guy win?
Right? He probably had a presence pre-existing.
Right?
Unlike Fadzi.
There's something that he did.
So you said that 2018 now she did not enough to dispel the
it was a combination of things, but mainly because the brand is off center. Urupisa Musina, not Bedbridge. Urupisa Musina, not Bedbridge. What I then argue is that in 2023, Fadzi stayed the course. In 2023, her campaign zeroed in on that brand recognition being big everywhere and zeroed in on Mount Pleasant. Her messaging stayed consistent. She was on the ground.
She made strong effort.
She's a well-to-do lawyer, successful in her own right. She doesn't need the stress and rigmarole of Zim politics. Really? But she stayed. And I think that brought her a lot of goodwill amongst the people of Mount Pleasant. You actually care. That's our fighter. She cares.
Yeah.
That's why even last week I went as far as saying I believe if she had even stayed as an independent, I believe her chances.
Yeah,
I believe her chances would.
Because at that point
it's now 5 years later, she's been doing the thing. But again, being smart, she didn't take that chance because she didn't need to.
Of course.
Right? So to just level it out, Kutinyai Pere. I don't know where Pataga Pesana, but clearly Taga Pesana. I hope this settles this whole bottom of the barrel.
But you know what? At the same time, because if that point you made about constituency, the people within that, if that didn't land, I can only hope and pray that this clarification
that's what
will
because really and truly I'm assuming there is probably one or two other people like Mofu who was like can do.
No, which is bad. Also, this is the thing. Sometimes we tend to err on the negatives or the contrarian kind of opinion.
Yeah.
In the same light, there was someone who also commented about trying to vote for Fadzi, and then it
Yeah.
ended up changing. I don't know if it was like
Yeah. Somebody saying I ended up not because the delimitation process threw it into another constituency.
there you go.
Yeah, but no. The reason why I zeroed in on this on this comment is because my worry is always about misinformation.
Mhm.
I worry about us being irresponsible with our words because
Fair.
we are not on BBC, we are not in green, but we take
Tomorrow need duty of care.
exactly. We are people whose main livelihoods come based on using their words. We would rather use those words responsibly.
That's
so
very
whenever there's
true.
somebody who feels like they're misunderstood, it's not even trying to fight. It's really, I appreciated the opportunity to clarify.
To clarify that,
So
yeah.
shout out to Mofu, shout out to everybody who, we don't just encourage sometimes when you feel like, I didn't understand or I disagree, really and truly, that's my upper bridge. That's the sentiment.
That's it. Most bridge
But
you're right. But oh well, hope that settles that.
Yeah.
Clears that out of the way.
Shout out to everybody that responded to that whole editor call out. A lot of you guys responding. We're going through the list, whittling it down. Some of you guys are very serious people. Some of you guys are not serious people. Because if you're sending your ingredient, it can't just be an email. Let be an email and the portfolio of stuff that we don't want to be asking, where's your portfolio?
Because it's obvious that's going to be the next question.
Like we are just going to guess wakapenga.
Save us a back and forth.
On top of that list is van wakapenga and wakachipa. That's criteria too.
Yeah. Boss moving jigging.
Balance.
Hey.
Yeah.
Balance costs. Someone said boots in the house. Kandura akapfeka boots in us just to show him
I'm dispelling.
Ndopfeka boots man. But I'm not even gonna lie. The rest of Kanduru's place is called cream beige carpets. And from time to time, when I got my maita,
But isn't it just a UK thing where I've never seen anyone with shoes inside. I'm only wearing shoes because I got a little cold.
Yeah, no, you know what?
I got a little cold when I went to get my eater. That's why I'm wearing shoes.
Yeah, no, I think for the most part, people just don't put on shoes in the house.
How are you feeling, broski? Summer is over. Like it's starting to get dark. That car chando hits you like, whew, I'm coming.
Bro, you just broke my heart. In a second, you literally...
Like that.
When you've been in denial over something.
Because it didn't really come.
It never arrived. And then
now it's gone.
Clocks are doing that madness very soon.
How are you guys feeling? How are you guys handling it?
Okay, I will say, I think ndakatsokotodzera a last bit of activity in the summer just to feel like it was a summer. We did the premiere, Takenda Nottingham. We did
tell the people with the premiere.
And the party, keep on jumping.
The boys were invited to a Netflix movie
premiere, man. Red carpet Tings and all of this.
Like, hey,
come on.
Mr. Mukuzei Kandoro Majuani would like to invite you to the London premiere of Piano Love, featuring Questa, featuring Puntle, featuring Robot Boy. Come through London Soho Hotel. Ooh.
You see us, we are within.
Mr. Teresa.
We are.
Please come through.
Please, guys. What up?
You are an important voice in the community.
We need your opinion on this.
Do you know what's crazy?
I said, what does King Kandoro think about this movie? We need to get them here.
Do you know what? I was so when the invitation came, I looked at the dates and it was happening the same day that I was coming from Portugal. And I remember I was like, you know what, it's going to be a madness. So in my head, I kind of like, but I didn't respond. I didn't respond yet because then I was talking to my mate. I was like, yo, I got this invitation. And she was like, what? You're going? I was like, what? But then she was like, yeah, but the time, we have plans. You can't be saying.
I rate
and I was
that.
like, I would like to RSVP. Is it too late to RSVP? But yeah, nah. She was like, yo.
Hey. You don't know
who you meet.
You're sleeping on the
so
job.
It was got to the,
okay.
I made him late. He was waiting for me by airport. You should have seen us.
Hey.
Should have seen.
But Apinda, did you takes on the movie? Recommended?
It's an important story.
It is.
It's an important story. Thoroughly appreciate the effort that went.
No, it was a very strong effort.
So it's I think it's going to open doors to a lot of
100%.
And just the effort to going through, because it was independently produced and then sold to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell, just the rewards of betting on yourself, which is pretty much what we're doing.
Yeah, of course.
So shout out to Black Brain. Yep. Shout out to the people that Mandla. Shout out to the people involved in the people. Shout out to the team. Yeah. That were doing the publicity. Misha.
Hey.
Shout out to Misha. Big shout out, Misha.
Big shout out to Misha.
What did you think?
Yeah, no, likewise. I think it was a very
Biblos.
Shout
out to Biblos.
Can't wait for you, man, to see my Biblos.
I want there to be at least one Amapiano song.
That's called Biblos.
Biblos.
Bra Biblos. I don't know.
Proper villain stuff.
Nah. He was
Biblos
the snow. The snow killed
proper
me.
Villain.
Villainious.
Nah, but big shout out to South Africa, man. Taking matters into their own hands, creating their own wave.
But you know what? Yeah, I rate that. And also another thing I'd have to say, which is a shame, man.
Yeah.
I love our South African neighbors.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't put but I'm like, guys, do you not see that we're homies? Anything that comes to the UK, that's South African based. Why can't you love us back? Anything that's South African geared, made of origin that happens here in the UK, I promise you, for the most part, it's anchored by Zimbabweans.
Yeah.
We fucks with this shit, guys. Come on.
Rough.
Come on.
Rough.
It's
mainly because we don't have our own shit.
Mainly because we don't have nice things.
On that same wavelength of South Africa and being in the news, that lady Chidima.
Yes, our model.
She won Miss
Pageant Nigeria, Miss Universe Nigeria. Yes, I'd love if she actually goes on to win Miss Universe, the full thing, Miss World type shit.
Do you know? I don't know how I feel about her winning Miss Nigeria.
Really?
Yeah.
On what ground? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was like the pageantry body of Nigeria and whatnot, that's the move I'm pulling.
But I feel like it kind of undoes the work of the other girls that were participating in the pageantry.
I get that.
The other Nigerian girls, because she's Nigerian, but she's not really Nigerian.
I get that.
And I understand that we're getting into murky waters, but I'm saying, imagine if this is your year as you're this person that has been doing pageantry in Nigeria.
You've been doing that.
Right?
Like Lagos, born and bred.
Right? You're working hard and this is your year. You've done all the right things. And then from nowhere, this blizzard of media publicity and goodwill comes and obliterates, because there's probably one or two girls that are heartbroken.
I mean,
because they had done everything to win this year. because my understanding of pageantry is that there's a lot of work that goes.
Oh yeah.
Right,
100%.
boot camps and all these
and
things.
you just don't show up on the scene. 'Cause a lot of the times people have been
Right.
on the circuit for a minute.
So they feel like this girl just came from nowhere.
Yeah.
And I think the bigger disgruntlement, which on this side now I kind of feel for Chidima because she did nothing wrong, right? Where she's not really Nigerian, but she is here because she's not really South African.
Okay.
Do you see what the problem is?
I totally hear that.
So she's almost like an island.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. But in service of the nation,
Yeah.
patriotism thing,
Yeah.
type of stuff, I think this is just my seeing of it. I think it was a display of fortitude and
No, I get,
even if she's like in foreign lands,
which is fire.
like if you are a British and you get stuck in some bullshit, the embassy will make moves,
which is fire.
Which
is fire, 100% should be the code. But my slight argument here is that is being done at a disservice to the, because it's like had I been me, part of the pageantry board, I would create almost like a
role,
something on the side to honor you, to bring you home, so that the people that have been working hard still get to do their thing, still get to, like, because you cannot argue with, like, even if it's merit based, bro. Like, tell me that, okay, you've seen the noise, you're the embassy, we're taking our girl back home. But she's not participating in this year's pageant. She's going to participate in next year
when she naturalizes.
Because even on a patriotism thing, this girl wasn't Nigerian until 1 month ago.
Yeah, no, that's...
Do you get what I mean?
I totally get that.
So it's almost like patriotism But again, it's murky waters.
It's murky waters.
It's murky waters because it's, you want to make a point.
You want to make a point and also...
a strong statement, but I'm saying with the statement shouldn't have been that strong.
At the detriment of the other girls.
She could have been like a third princess.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's an outro from Saga opinion.
Yeah.
Side of the neck.
Yeah. Hit us. Cook.
The locals, the ones who've been working hard towards the thing, the Nigerian girls, the born and bred ones, they're going to win Miss Nigeria Universe and no one would have given a toss.
That's life, bro.
I get that. And also, I would like to believe the entire objective of being a Miss Chakuti is, to a degree, you actually have sort of like humanitarian role, duties. You have to be impactful to a degree. You need to be able to make an impact. That's why they do the whole quizzing, Chakuti. And how impactful you are literally only rides on your notoriety as that Miss Ningirkini. So her being a Miss Universe Nigeria holds a lot more weight than any other girl, which one might argue would facilitate her to be more effective in the role of a Miss Nigeria Universe, because it's almost like a brand ambassadorship of the nation, and you want someone who's going to be effective at that.
I get the that argument, right? In theory, I think practically it's almost the opposite of that, because one, to your point, most of the girls that we end up knowing as Miss Universe, we know them for the first time on that platform.
Don't care about them.
Like, we've never known about them, and even after that, we never really...
Cool story.
But here, my worry is that rising on the notoriety of this whole visa, identity, candidacy, citizenship, what, there was a whole... Bro, when she won, Nigerians on Twitter were up in arms.
But she's a baddie, though.
Like, but so were the other... So my worry now is really my reservation were coming from a place of almost having double bullies, where she's being right, where the South Africans on Twitter,
a woman of no nation,
right?
Hey.
And then now that she's won, I mean, it was all good when she was participating and more, but now that she's won, and it's like, oh, this girl is not really what. So my worry is that how effective is she to the universe when the people themselves are
haven't received her and aren't holding up. Okay, fair enough.
So that's
I wasn't aware of the reception.
Oh, they were not. They were not happy.
They weren't chuffed about
it. They weren't chuffed.
Okay,
because now she's won, ka.
Now it's like
it's like I'm assuming you get some very nice things.
I can imagine. Of course.
Know. So now imagine, but.
Yeah,
know, man.
Interesting one. I think I'm gonna die on this hill, man. For me, power move and also capitalism, man, and. Yeah, the public doesn't know what they want anyway, for the most part.
Yeah.
I would have done that as just a big screw you.
Have you heard about Kanyi Mbau? Have you seen anything?
I don't know. I think I heard something about her having purchased a new face.
She went shopping. Proper pick and pay type. Like,
oh my God. I got the year.
Low bells. What is that? Can I get that in
Let
there?
me see. What's Ooh.
Extra medium. Bro, first of all, let me say I have to respect it.
I rate it.
First, let me say, do you know why I respect it?
Mm-hmm.
I respect somebody going through something like that with so much transparency. Because that is somebody that you cannot talk out of. Because I'm not even hiding.
You can't even criticize them like
no.
I'm not
going to pop up and you're going to be like, there's something different. No.
In fact,
I went shopping.
I'm going.
Receipt.
Look at my new face.
Shit. Nah, you have to respect it, man. You have to respect it.
Nah, okay, so the whole body augmentation thing for me is wild. Not so much, but
is it because we are broke? What is it?
I think A, we are broke.
Yeah.
For the most part. B, I think.
Let me ask you an important question, an important follow-up. If you were not broke and you can say no homo or the display, whose face would you have? Money permitting.
Man budgeting. Said if you could go window shopping for a face.
If you could. Who's right now?
Jesus.
Unlimited budget.
I don't know.
And you can preface it by, no, but what's popping up? Like, I know faces are swelling in your head. Who's...
You know what's swelling in my head?
Yeah.
What's swelling in my head is, what body would I buy rather than face?
No, but we're saying...
Because let me tell you something about face.
Yeah.
Particularly face young.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've looked at this, bro. Yeah. I promise you. Bro, if I really fall into good fortune, and have guap,
you're okay.
I'm gonna be nice. Bro, man will be a hot throb. I just need the body to back it.
Fair enough.
I'm not going shopping for a face. I'm going shopping for a body.
Here down.
I'm like, no.
So whose body are you getting?
Whose body? I'm trying to think of.
That's big round of applause for me. Mr. Teresa, man, backing himself up. He said, no. Face I'm G. Like you guys are looking at me like money's on the way.
No, listen, I promise you. Because one of my angles are not hey, you know what? clothes, they got a little unkempt or here and there. I don't know, but I just need some funds and
how much? Okay, follow-up question to that. How much money are we talking about? Because I say that because we have coffees coming in.
Yeah.
Munashe is saying with the guys, what's the amount that is standing between you and your glow up? What is the amount? Go find me for Munashe's right beside Pay Gaza repatriation fund.
Yeah. We get that.
To appeal about Dinema test trip and don't want. Asi dinema angles and no more. Put up a mirror.
Hey, yo, man. No,
no, you're not lying, bro. You're not lying. You're not lying. No, that's not a lie.
But body-wise, I'm trying to think.
Oh my god.
What would be a suitable physique?
Because I'm assuming it's nothing too dramatic. It's
nothing there. No.
Arms Corleone.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing too.
No. He's mad. He needs to stop.
Or that dancing gorilla.
Because literally what is the pompiness.
Nothing too dramatic. Just something so you can.
Yeah, man. Maybe just bring myself to maybe like a young 85, 90 kg. And spin around. I'm like, whoa, when I'm my debates on Twitter, is that appropriate?
Yeah.
I jig a baby brown.
Fair enough.
They're friends, but I jig a baby brown like that.
Wow. Yo, guys.
No, I just want to be able to bench press my misses. That's all. Those are ndrungo then.
Nah, we hear that. You guys are standing between Munashe and these.
Mirai zwenyu.
What were you even talking about? What's the point that we're
talking about Kanyi Mbau's new face?
Right.
That took a
my
days.
So we're talking about how, it's common like that. You were talking about body dysmorphia and
and what's crazy is now I'm realizing how more and more just acceptable and just a thing now.
It's crazy.
Before, like you said, people might have felt the need to kind of hide it or felt,
till he died, Michael Jackson was saying, "No, this is my nose."
I was like, and everyone
like till he died.
No,
it's
my nose.
Bro,
man, he said that's his chin.
Bro,
big man, come on.
It's so, yeah.
Bro, your shit's sliding off your face. Come on.
Nah, I need.
Funny enough, today I was there's this girl I follow on Instagram, and she posted a story. You know how you're just going through stories.
Yeah.
And I saw a story. In the story, she was talking about how painful she just got a BBL. I don't know,
word.
But she was saying that she doesn't have fat. I don't quite understand the procedural differences in whatever, but she was basically kind of saying, hey, even using the bathroom is a madness. So I genuinely asked, out of actual real raw curiosity, I was like, you know what, I've never actually thought about it. Like, so when you get a BBL, how are you pooping? How you? And she said, hey, you rock a hovering bed style, kashiri. Shunjumar on the island. Kanjiva!
Kaka is what? Like what? Is it worth it though?
Men will always tell you that we prefer the natural thing. For the most part, 100%, if you could ask a guy to actually choose between two women, maybe you are a guy who has an affinity for women with protruding posteriors, you know? And if we put one who's natural and one who's got thingy. Most men are going to say natural. But push comes to shove, down to the touchline, to the wire, niggas is thirsty, bro. And they will take
and for the most part,
whatever
I mean, there are BBLs that are like out of pocket.
Oh no, but that
for-
Jurumbo
yeah,
as
but for the most part,
looking as
like,
no.
For the most part, we can't tell the difference if we're being honest.
But for the most part, and they're getting good.
That's what I'm saying. Like the really expensive ones,
Yep.
you can't tell the difference. Especially if you're telling me you've never seen a person before. This is the first time you're seeing them. It's in London.
Yep.
No.
No.
20 receipt. What home English. Like that's some.
Did the magaro, right?
But I feel like I thought the whole BBL phase was kind of dying down.
It seems like it actually is. It seems like your Kim K's and whatnot, they're
like
actually
the top BBL influencers.
It's only a matter of time, but I think that ball has certainly been set rolling. 100%. Because even Bagzotama BBL, everyone was playing mad catch up. Like I'm talking 5-6 years. 5-6 years after Anna Kim K had
Slautenga PS4 now.
Right. Apasoni PS6 November 2020.
We're about to phase out in Grange. You're like, no, in an ambo verandata.
Hey, bro. Truturo R&D PS6.
I wonder if there's like a BBL stock exchange where they can track what is about to
drop.
Like
yeah, we're losing points. Yeah. I think it's definitely
because if you lose your biggest customer, if you lose Kim Kardashian, there's no longevity.
No, but also it's also a matter of supply catching up to
right
demand. I think more surgeons are adept at it, which means planning mass production.
Right.
With the mass production in Magaro means a drop in price, means accessibility to the average mundo.
Shit. Much you break it down.
When I mass produce
Magaro economics.
Mbutunomics.
Nakwes. Man. Hey,
Sakana Ana Susan, what from down the road?
Ana more blessing.
Arova ake ma shifts ake, Azteca kanangirikini and anontenga ake. Umbotanga umbotizon ndokuna kwafuta one gar.
Yeah.
Regan save a few more months. I'll catch the next one.
Exciting times in Zim, man. Zim drama. I worry because my Sazida is at the forefront of all this drama, man.
Yeah. I can never tell if he is being deliberate and methodic about some of these things. I mean, obviously, the stage and whatnot.
Some of it is not.
And, much to be honest to him, I'm going fuck. And that was that. But everything else surrounding it and just his combative nature in general, I don't know. But it seems like whilst people are saying, hey, Mjaya, the numbers don't seem to be declining for him.
I mean, when you're in season, you're in season.
Yeah, man.
When you're in season, you're in season. So if we're talking about, if you're not familiar, we're talking about Holy 10. He also is named Mukudze. Last week, Holy 10 dropped his sophomore project, NOP Makoni. It's a slapper.
I haven't done it some due diligence.
Slapper.
I've been hearing rave reviews.
Yeah, it's a good album. And there was just a lot of outpouring of good energy regarding that whole project. So, I mean, predictably, so his arch nemesis Voltz comes out, and obviously, well, I mean, if you're somebody who struggles to see other people getting attention, you're not going to take it kindly to somebody getting what looks like nationwide,
what looks like the throne,
goodwill. So you're going to come out and try to outshine. But then I prefer for this outshining to just be musical. Zvekudakuti mukadzi wenhingirine madrugs zvazvidai so just unnecessary.
Just outbar him.
And then I was going through all this, and then it dawned on me kuti Voltz is from 1998.
Yeah, he's the young
And
fella.
that's it. I feel,
Literally Amma 2000.
I feel weird talking about somebody who's
He's got many lessons to learn, and the amount of times I have to remind myself when I'm just watching and listening to his conduct. I also realize how it's such a thing to navigate at such a young age.
Like that level of popularity, right?
Yeah. And because his rise was so meteoric, it was, hey, hip-hop, zim hip-hop. Ooh.
Yeah. It's amazing that they've managed to sustain for this long. So
he set pace. He really was. He ushered in an era to a degree. So that comes with a big ego uptick and all of that other stuff. But it's such a hard thing to navigate, man. So I get it.
I absolutely have no advice or any words. I want to listen to this. Let me play you a few votes.
Hit me with the slappers.
This one is called Mwea.
Okay.
Anzi mweya dzinabasa kuti padeni penyu pana God. Dzinongosvika. But I think this is my favorite on the album.
Who's the other guy with him on that last track?
It's his brother, The Bees.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Hey, time to select it.
Big tune.
Yeah, okay.
Big tune.
Okay, you might have snapped a little bit on that one.
Yeah. So go check it out. NOP Makoni. There was a lot of very, very nice music. Let me I don't know if we have the rights to some of these music, but tinongo check. But Tammy did something on this new album that I was like, I don't know if maybe
did Tammy drop album recently?
Yeah, she did, called Bold.
I feel like Tammy is the most unsung superstar that we have. Takagara bomba pepe. I promise.
Listen. I love this song, but I can't tell I love it because it has Sungura shadings or what. Sungura line that actually goes, Kufadza moyo wangu ndazvitaka.
No, it sounds like the Panika sample of some
Right?
old school Sungura. But
Did Killer T? I can't put. I've been trying to. I've just been so lazy. What did you want to say?
maybe it's just a saying.
No, as in the way she said it. Okay. The way Kufadza moyo wangu ndazvitaka. I swear somebody has done it in that same way. And it's, I love that interpolation.
It sounds Sungura-ish.
Yeah.
It sounds like a thing that I can
exactly.
see.
So I've in India that's
that's it. That's the bad.
You wanted to say something?
Oh gosh, I was gonna say, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me
start by I don't know. Nothing good.
Let me land. And this is something I've recently been speaking with Nyasha a lot about.
Yeah.
With like zoo music. And I don't know if it's that kind ding 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 ding. I don't know kanka signature. I almost want to call it Kachikila Tish. Katamprin so kanguri. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but
you're saying what does it do?
And this hot take. I feel like I think Karuti Zosera on my shoulder, but it also feels like it also feels like it cheapens the music. If that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I'm into my elements of that. But like I said, I can't.
What do you think about this one?
Nah, yeah. Pop Ted, Tendai Dilio for the longest time, bro. Pre-COVID, I mean, years ago, he'd always been raving about Pop Ted. Pop Ted. And he had about 15 tracks. I mean, some 4 my tracks are Pop Ted.
Yeah.
And we listened to them. I was like, oh shit, this
man is cold.
This nigga is with the stuff. So to when he eventually popped off, I was like, yep, makes sense.
Yeah,
he's been ready. He's been cooking.
He's been grinding.
But he did dip. He did a little.
I mean, as is always, you reach what you think is the top, and then things happen. Because no one is ever prepared for the top. And then, but I feel like he's on his way back.
Yeah.
But
when you have the talent, it's just a matter of master stroke. Okay, let me get back in my bag.
I don't know if we have time to talk about this week, but there's a lot of so maybe this is Gaga Gaga. Shout out to 2 Broke Twimbos.
We're doing a Lady Gaga.
Yeah. So a lot of festivals popping up in Zim.
Okay.
Especially this coming September. Into
you mentioned
October.
Shout out 2 Broke Twimbos.
No, they have a segment. Yeah, I not the Gaga segment.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But they never.
I was so going
what
to
it means. Gaga. They will say this is a Gaga and talk about something for 30 minutes.
It's like, big man. So what then when you want to say we're going to delve deeper in?
Exactly. But there's these festivals. And I just want people to give thought to some of the names of their festivals. Because not every festival should have... Man, I don't want it to sound like I'm speaking about somebody's festival. I'm certain we've seen the posters and you're like, is this the best you could do?
Was this best foot forward?
Like it's...
Which did...
Gualanga Festival.
No, you're lying. Oh no, there's no Gualanga.
Yeah, no, because I don't want to say I don't want to say the name of the festival and then they say I'm in. But it's like 3-4 which names is just this is the first name we thought about and that's it. Do you get it?
Fair.
If you call it the Winter Festival, or if you name your festival under Because I don't want it to sound like I'm slandering. I don't want it to.
I know.
I am actually not.
I hear you.
But it's a lot of excitement. But the reason why I'm saying that is because you don't want your festival to suffer because it just looks like a money grab, right?
Fair.
There's all these festivals that are doing well. You know, you have your Dookie and Slay, you have your Girl Fest, you have your Unplugged, you have your Jacaranda.
Jacaranda's a great name.
Great name. But then you have people that are almost like, oh, the great names have been taken. So they start naming their festival as offshoots of these festivals.
Oh.
You know, like it's Chakadaro,
oh.
Gweru Festival or what festival. And it's like, guys, because then we're going to ask you,
Yeah,
so
Fest.
that's my 2 cents there.
I see. It's a shame because I wanted you to. It would have been nice if you could delve into some examples, Nyana, because I could see you.
Yeah,
clasping it.
I was taking a note. I was like, exciting things happening in Zim comedy right now. I'm about to hit you guys with a hot take. I think
slap him.
Zimbabwean comedy is probably top 3 art forms in Zim, and that's me being generous.
100%.
That's me being generous,
bro. I swear to God.
That's me being generous.
I don't know who I was having this conversation with recently, and not even just like hottest art form, lucrative art form, because the beauty about stand-up comedy, bro, bendy,
none of that.
Razzle dazzle.
None of that.
But really and truly, don't that microphone stage ne light.
Do you know when you reach out to like theaters and you're like, oh, what are your tech requirements? To make it look like I'm asking for something reasonable. Do you know those are stew?
Because
like no, I just need a microphone and a mic stand, basic PA, like this PA that you already have. That's it.
Nothing special. I don't need a backlight.
Nope.
I don't need my aux and whatnot cabling.
Nope.
Don't need none of that.
I mean, you got to want a venue in lighting that they change. But you're like, I know you're going to say you want an AV technician.
Yeah.
You don't want just turn on the lights.
Baba, in fact, switch it.
Just turn on the. I'm there. I will switch it on my way to the stage. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So it's exciting, man. Big shout out to my brother.
Microphone.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to double down on that hot take. I want to give a special shout out to the person that I believe made this happen. I mean, people might have different theories of how this, this re-energized comedy sector has been, but I think it's largely due to Nigel, the slick pastor.
Don't underplay your hand in it.
It's not even trying to underplay my hand. Do you know why I say that?
I think it's
we were all doing the work, bro. Like John was trailblazing, was doing his thing,
doing a
right?
madness.
John was doing a madness. John has always been a trailblazer in terms of going uncharted waters.
Yeah.
Right? He was Pan-African comedian. Steve Harvey. What?
No, he's been moving mad.
Right?
In his own little box car.
Right? I was running like a headless chicken, doing, 7 arts, what, celebration center, what, right? None of these things were known, bro. None of these things were galvanized.
Of course. So true.
What Nigel did was Nigel brought, because you see all these like people that are fans of my stuff, people that are fans of Long John stuff, people that are fans of Ningrin, you find all those people per audience are Nigel.
Of course.
Nigel is... So I say that to say, when that man decided to do stand-up comedy, there's an energy that he brought
to
in
shedding a light.
Like in terms of not in terms of shedding a light, but like there's certain eyes and certain talkability. Like, bro, you would be when I did Reps Theater, there probably were like 2 articles about it. Right? Then I did 7 Arts. I don't, aside from Tim and Zika, shout out to Greedy South, and Ashley, Daily News, those were the only articles, right? And then we did 2,500 people, right? Celebration Center. There were probably like 3 articles about it. It was me and my people.
But my guy, hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
A sport, yakadaroga, isn't a thing. Like, it's not going to be, we've ushered in, it's a big thing, top 3 art form.
Yeah.
Without the financial aspect of it, the revenue around it.
Yeah.
And I would go forward as to say, without you, it wouldn't be where it's at. And here's why. The first Zimbabwean stand-up comedy special I ever saw was Carl Joshua Ngobe's big announcement.
Right. I think that was the first one we all saw.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that's a thing. That's a very important moment in the timeline. But then the next time we saw a Zimbabwean stand-up comedy special that was to a sold-out audience, but not only to a sold-out audience, but actually digitalized, put on film, and distributed digitally as well. Like, I bought Conspiracy Theory twice. You know what I mean? And you then start to see, oh, shit. So I can and package it and put it online and have people pay a fee, and then I make money on top of the live booking itself, and also make money off the YouTube revenue. Wow. Right? All of a sudden, it's a model that's now, it's there. It's not massive, but there's a proof of concept.
Yeah.
And then you go on to do these other shows, and you kind of take a similar approach, and the packaging of it and the commercialization is what, had you not made it evident that this is a commercially viable Ndrungorova stand-up comedy and I'm actually making guap off it, it wouldn't have influenced a big mover like Nijo into coming into that space. Because if it looked like Taga apana marabo, right? It's only when he realized, I would assume that someone who is as savvy, tactful, creative, and who's always trying to challenge themselves as Nijo would, he's also very calculated and considerate of where I'm going to invest my efforts. Does it look like there's a return? Does it look like it's worth me coming off Jandruita banger already? And he looks at it and he's actually thinking, oh shit, Ndusia Mari on the table here because I've got a massive following and I'm a funny ass guy and I can hack it. And then having done so, that would have been like the closer. Now there's eyeballs on it. But I think the catalyst to that is a demonstration of how financially viable you've.
I mean, now, I'm just grateful we are eating because that man brought a very active following of over 500,000 people.
100%.
Where you are like half, like, bro, when midpoint this year, right? I was on, I think, like 30,000 followers.
Mhm.
Now we're almost approaching 70,000 followers. Right? And that is something that I know for a fact.
That's exponential growth.
Right. Where these are offshoots of those collaborations, of those relationships, of those eyeballs, and even
your collabs are mad though. Oh my god!
And they come from a place where Kuti, this person is already a star, so I need to have A1 ideas.
Of course,
you
Of course,
but again, for me, it was a thing of he didn't need to do that.
True.
Because that man was making a killing doing what he was doing.
Of course.
And
yeah.
I really don't think he realized, like, yeah, I'm sure he realizes now that we've said it on this podcast, and it's like, fuck. But hey, man, big shout out to everybody that's doing their part in this comedy thing. I want to give a big shout out to my boy,
shout out
Tinashe.
Tinashe? Okay, anyway, sorry, my bad.
What do you want to...
Hey.
No, I want to
big shout out to Long John.
Of
course, I figured.
Bro, the other day it hit me when it came to John. I was like, yo, I actually know somebody who's about to win $1 million.
Right?
Like, it hit me. Then I was like, fuck, Twishan's a cheat.
Just saying $1 million.
Like, bro, I was like, what?
Just say, wow. Okay. $1 million.
No, I don't want
400,000 my
like,
tax.
Okay. I mean, still weird.
I know, but still more than half a million.
10.
But 15. My venue ku Dallas ndakabanacho.
No, and share 50.
Yeah, I'm on share 50.
50. Hey, but Sandushansa my bank details up. Is it paper? Paper.
It's not. And it's a big figure as well.
I don't want to inconvenience. Is in a get loan I've been your boy. What is it? No, don't stress. I'm stressed.
I think I got to read that back. How do I pay it back?
Yeah, like,
okay, I need to make sure that I have to put it into something that banks actually it's gonna get 75.
I'm a firm believer, man. John is walking away with that money.
I think minimal finalist, 100%.
Yeah,
I think at minimum he's going to be a finalist.
The reason why I believe John is winning that $1 million is because John has never been nominated for something
and not win it. That's so true.
He's never been. Saka,
he is.
Just if you know anything about John,
he's gonna take it.
Once
home.
Man nominate for anything, John John stage.
In fact, you're talking about the RSVP.
No. Exactly. So that it's let's not waste time. So big shout out to Len Mo Jonasi, man. He's killing it.
That man is
shout out to Alfred Kayinga.
Yep.
Out there in Dallas. I actually have something exciting regarding Alfred.
Nice.
But that's for later. And shout out to everybody that's doing things in Zim, man.
Yeah.
Some of the first people to bring me out to the city of Kings, Mafoti, Dumisan-in-Law. Big heart, that guy. Mafoti.
I know I'm Mafoti.
Yeah, big heart, that guy. Shout out to Mafoti, shout out to Mbongeni, shout out to all the young guys that are doing beats, man. Shout out to Tinashe, shout out to Nijo, shout out to WC, shout out to Kitso, shout out to DIC Dylan Chiota, shout out to Ace, shout out to Munya, shout out to Tanya Alex.
That's a lot.
Shout out to Munya Guramatun.
Shout out to Frank Chirisa.
Kadem, Skanyiso, Doc Vikela. Shout out to everybody who paved the way, man. Shout out to Shoko Festival, man. Comrade Fatso, Outspoken, Munya Blogo. Everybody that's doing their part in making this moment. Obviously, there's certain names that we might have skipped, and please don't take slight. It's just trying to freestyle. It doesn't minimize your involvement in any way, But from the bottom of my heart, man, I just appreciate how everyone has been selfless enough to propel this thing to taking it, because I mean we are competing with music, magitari,
Yo, Sungura.
sungura, zim hip hop, zim dancehall, and tukukwana kwana. I know for a fact that we're doing better than Sungura right now.
At this
Like right now. And that's saying a lot, because I'm talking
and once you sell out HICC, it's a done.
I got pressure. Pressure!
And where's
The pressure.
get you?
Hey,
Where's
pressure. No, but I appreciate it.
what's nice?
Speak it into existence.
But 10,000 tickets. 10,000 tickets.
How?
And easy much Gerard to Maria Long John. Too much Gerard to Maria.
It's a Ponzi scheme. How do we? Yeah, 25,000. Yeah, HSCC. I'm not sure I wanna say, but hey, man, such an exciting time in Zim comedy. The hot topic this week on the low though, because we don't want to do politics, has been the president has been insisting, guys.
One term thing.
You know,
Two
I'm
term
out.
thing.
I'm out.
And
I'm out. And his supporters are genuinely confused. Because
Makati boy like Saga mo what? You're trying get rid of me.
I think it's a bigger problem the fact that the president has had to say this 2-3 times.
And I've seen people really look befuddled.
I think it's a big problem, because the president should be able to say some of these things once and people should believe him. You know? People are like, I say pro one guy.
I want depends. April Fool's Day.
What's going on?
Do we? You know, when you're looking around,
What's yeah.
Hey, well, in any, I just wish one wouldn't embolden my ideas as unconstitutional. We have a constitution. You know, it's simple and straightforward.
I mean,
what are we doing here? What are you? Hey,
it's your move, Nelson. Are you also a 2-term presidential candidate? Or are you taking your chances with the next guy? Yeah.
What's a passport?
What's going on? John 15.
Oh, yes. John 14.
Oh, yeah, 15.
Yep.
Can I a new guy?
Oh.
We are moving on. John 14 was for this
We're complaining.
John 15. Kobabe ranto tofamana.
Hey, chronological.
Zona tashka kunana look. Komana da kunoti vura revelations.
Big man gets a revelation.
Kuna revelations then chipo. Kuna revelations then chipo. Nah, man. So before we sign out, exciting news about the shows in the US.
Mm-hmm.
We have added. I'm going to be joined by Mr. Alfred Kayinga.
Boom boom. Is that the Dallas show?
The Dallas show.
Fire.
I'll also be joined by Mr. Julian King.
Nice. At the Dallas show as well.
Yeah, at the Dallas show as well.
Hey, man's on my baby.
Yeah. So rest assured, the baddies will be taking care
Oh,
of.
the baddies will be in full force.
One by one, my babies. So, you know, but obviously, I foresee a hard time. The doctors was that Julian, my babies are
please make no mistake.
Hey. Anytime panongo mwana kutanga kuvhara maziso achimba. Hey. Yehlusa umoya maboy.
Amabaddies lawa ngami jega. Hey.
Kauma.
Yeah.
So big shout out. We still sorting out. You might see Julian King and Alfred in Maryland. You might see, Julian King in New York. But these things cost money. So, what I do know for certain is that Julian King and Alfred are going to be in Dallas on the 17th.
100%.
The tickets for that show are actually almost sold out.
Look at
Because Van Dallas. Apparently Dallas is like Garare South.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everyone.
It's a slouting.
Everyone, yeah. So I can't wait. I can't wait. So yeah, man. Very, very excited. Very, very extremely, extremely excited, man. We are doing. When you guys are watching this, it will be Saturday, so we'll be in Manchester on the 7th.
Yep.
Empty Space Theatre. And then Sunday, we're in London. Very excited about the London show. Then from there, we go to Glasgow on the 13th. Edinburgh, we still have a few tickets for Edinburgh, which I'm assuming by the time this episode comes out should be fewer. Then we finish the show in Habibi Land,
Dubai,
28 September, Dubizo. Yep. And then Cologne, Poland in October.
Willow man selector.
Have I told you about sparkling water in Poland?
No, what about the sparkling?
It sparkles. Shit. What the fuck? And the crazy thing is, I don't know why, but sparkling water is the default water in Poland. So they just assume, bro, literally. I was like, yo, what is this homosexual rigmarole?
What is it's harder than McDonald's Sprite.
Bro.
Because that's aggressive. I was like, that's the carbonation on that is
like there's a jump starter. My what is it? But hey, looking forward to collecting that and getting money.
Do it.
But yeah, man.
Let's do it. Yeah, you heard the date.
Spend the last 2 weeks in the Chifeka Masud. Right?
Exhaustion.
And the most interesting thing is, when I would post, I would always say, Murumu amai maita. And the common comment from the Giants was like, oh, you can tell Munuganaji caption ya tungwa. Or my maita ndo bani phone.
Guys, just because mimi Murumu vamsenzeketere, please.
I'm so confused.
Don't project.
Because the previous week, like when I do Mukoma Baddies, Mohammed Musa is like, what does my maita? Saga!
What? Do you just say, damned if I do, damned if I don't? My baddies at the same time. Because when you speak of my baddies, but not bed in chief.
So it's
they were captain my baddies.
Yatongova envy guy. Yekuti Mukoma now he seems to have too much freedom. Like he seems to have too much freedom. But hey guys, this has been another. Do you have any last words, Mr.
No, man. I don't have any particular remarks. Just happy to be back. Happy to be serving the good folk another episode.
My coffee, Olomide, my coffee. Hey.
Buy me a freeze it, please.
Apple, I see you. Hey. Putting your wallet down. Hey. Pick it up. Enter details. CVV. CVV. 3.
Come on.
And enter.
Nyota.
Authorize that payment. Come on.
Coffee.
Buy me a freeze it.
Give me a C.